So let's pick up where we left off. We had 0 and 1700ths, and we're rounding to the nearest tenth. So what we did is we circled the tenth because that's the number that we have to be either making go up or stay low. All right. So there's probably a better way to say that, but I'm still sleepy. Okay, so we're going to point an arrow to the next door neighbor. All right, the next door neighbor on the right. Okay, so as you can see, we're pointing an arrow to the next door neighbor on the right. This is basically the boss. All right, the boss tells us what to do. Okay, so we're pointing an arrow at the boss, and right now the boss is. We go up to the boss and we say 4 below, stay low, or 5 and above, give it a shove, and the boss tells us what to do. So the boss is a 7. So is the boss a 4 below, stay low, or is the boss a 5 and above, give it a shove? Yeah, if you said the boss is a 5 and above, give it a shove, you are correct. So the boss is the 7, and the 7 says, hey, 1, give it a shove. All right? And what I mean by give it a shove is we move up to the next digit. Now, after the boss tells the 1 what to do, the boss goes home. Boss is gone forever. Boss is already at home in its recliner watching reruns. Okay? So, our final answer right here is 2/10. 1700ths rounded to the nearest tenth is 2/10, or we could say 0 and 2/10. All right, so let's see what they do in the picture form. Oh, they show us a number line. So they're saying, okay, well, 1700ths on our number line, if that's 15, this is 16, this is 1700ths. Is 1700ths closer to 1/10, or is 1700ths closer to 2/10? And as you can see, we're a lot closer to 2/10 than we are to 1/10, which is another reason why the proper answer is 2/10. So, your secret, circle the place value of what you're rounding to, draw an arrow to the right, the digit right next door. All right, and that's the boss. The boss will tell your circled number what to do. If the boss is 4 and below, he'll say stay low. If the boss is a 5 and above, he'll say give it a shove. All right, or she. The boss can be whoever they want. All right, so y'all are all the boss. All right, now let's take a look at another example, or let's make sure that they don't want us to see anything else on this slide. I don't think they want us to see anything else on that slide. Okay, so we can clear that slide, clear screen, and let's take another look. All right, so they're giving us another visual representation. I hope they do a better job, because I guess this is supposed to be 52. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe that's a hundredth, and that's a hundredth. For some reason, it just doesn't look right, but use your imagination with me. There's 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10. Let's say that little blur is a hundredth, and that little blur is a hundredth. All right, so we have 52 hundredths. Once again, 5 of these, 5/10, 2 hundredths. Now we're trying to decide. We're rounding to the nearest tenth. So we want to decide, is it closer to 5/10 or 6/10? All right. And if you want to save yourself some of the stress of trying to figure out what you're looking at, just remember my little way of rounding. I'm running out of words. I'm so sorry, y'all. My method for rounding, my strategy for rounding. All right. So what that is remember, circle the digit that you're rounding to. So knowing your place value is very important. So I'm going to circle the tenth. All right. This is the number that will change or stay the same. Whatever they're saying to round to is what's going to stay low or get a shove. All right. I'm going to draw a boss to the next door. Going to draw an arrow to the boss next door. See, I can't talk. All right, so we're going to draw an arrow to the boss next door. All right. The boss on this situation is a 2. All right, so the 5 asks the boss, hey, boss, what do I do? And the 2, the boss, she says, well, 4 below, stay low, or 5 and above, give it a shove. What is the boss? Is the boss a 4 and below or a 5 and above? The boss is 4 and below. So we are just going to stay low. The boss is going to leave. Bye-bye, boss. Have a good day. And then we're just going to stay at 5/10. If we're looking at this picture over here on this side, is this going to be closer to 5/10, or is it going to be closer to 6/10? By removing 2/10, we get to 5/10. We'd have to add 7/10 or 8/10 to get to 6/10. So 5